Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store highlights video. That's SSH version 07222024. You can see there at the top we are 187 new, updated, or fixed or updated applications in the ServiceNow Store since the last video. This one should have come out on July 19th, but I waited till Monday the 22nd because there was 187 of them to review and I had a lot going on last week. So let's take a look at how it breaks down for this episode. There are 3 downgrades, which we'll verify during the episode, 90 fixes, I'll tell you what's going on there in a second, 2 ghosted applications, 9 highlights, 53 minor updates, 15 new releases, and 15 release notes fails. Now let's call your attention to the big guys in the room, this 90 fixes and 53 minor updates. This is the episode that comes out before early access to ServiceNow release, and I call it the fix episode. So this is the fix episode. You can see there's over 90 fixes and a bunch of minor updates, which are usually dependent applications. I'll give you an example. App Engine Studio usually gets an update, but then all the stuff that's dependent on App Engine Studio gets versioned at the same time, so they get lumped into that 53, and that's what makes it so takes so long to go through all this. But let's take a look at how this breaks down on this screen. We'll just cover through these. I'm not going to cover the fixes and minor updates. Those will be on my blog, but let's take a look at the downgrades here. We had 3 of them: Cloud Operations, Workspace, Employee Travel Safety, and ServiceNow Voice UI Components. All were downgraded from previous versions. Let's double check them real quick, make sure nothing's changed since I crawled the store and got that ready to show you guys. Here is actually, it looks like it did get fixed. So 1.5, 1.61 was what came out on May 9th, and we had 1.5. So that one disappeared and now has reappeared. So that is no longer a downgrade. So we will, let's go ahead and open that up and fix it. Actually, I'm just going to delete that from the episode. So that's going to decrease our count from 187 to 186. Okay, so we'll go ahead and delete that since that wasn't downgraded. I'll hit refresh here. Alright, now I got 2 downgrades left. Let's check on Employee Travel Safety. That one is still version behind. So 1.20.2 or 1.20.2 came out on May 9th, but we're back to 1.20.1 released on November 3rd. So that's still a legit downgrade. Again, that's the Employee Travel Safety. And the other one to check here is the ServiceNow Voice UI Components is still downgraded. So we're on version 3.5.0, but 3.5.1 had come out with a fix, and it's been taken out of the store. So 2 downgrades in this episode. You just saw them. We verified them. There are 90 fixes, and I'll just scroll through. You can see it's all ServiceNow. Most of it, like 99.99% of it, is ServiceNow. I will have these posted to the blog, so go to justin.house. That's https://justin.house. There'll be a blog post corresponding to this episode, SSH version 07222024, and all 90 applications that were fixes will be listed on the blog post with a link to the store so you can check them out. Same thing with the minor updates, but we'll get there in a second. We did have 2 ghost applications, Contender Solutions Elevate Predictive Automation and RapDev Modern CloudOps. Both of these, while they were ghosted, you'll see they show up in the new releases as new applications. So it looks like just the old application is out the door, the new application is in the door. So that one's gone, not found anymore, and we'll check out this one too. That's gone, not found anymore, but I promise you they're going to show up in the new releases here in a few minutes. Minor updates, 53 of them again. And here's my example of all the App Engine Studio stuff that's dependent on App Engine Studio. Again, all of these will be listed on my blog post, and you can click on them with links to the store. That's https://justin.house. So check that out. And then before we get into the new releases, there are 15 release notes fails. Let's just cover them here real quick. Again, mostly ServiceNow who updated their applications, but a couple UI Builder components or UI Builder toolkit for props, pane, sitemap, and API. We also had API for Red Hat Ansible Automation Platform Certified Content Collection, Automation Discovery, Event-Driven Ansible Notification Service, Expander Configuration Compliance, Gen AI Assessment, Impact Value Management, SAM, ITSM Success Dashboard Indicators, NetBrain Automation Integration, Security Center, and Service Graph Connector for Phosphorus, Success Dashboard Core, and UI Builder. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look at UI Builder. I want to show you what a release notes fail is. We'll just open this up, and it says NA, not applicable. Okay, well why'd you version it if it's not applicable? So it went from 25.2.5 to 25.2.6, no change in release. But it has NA for the release notes. So that, in my book, everybody, is a fail. The other ones are similar, repeated, no release notes, or NA like you saw in that example. That's the release notes fails. Now, that brings us to the fun part. We have 15 new releases in this episode, so let's get started knocking those out. First up, Accounts Payable Operations integration with Oracle. Send payables invoices created in Accounts Payable Operations to Oracle EBS and Oracle Fusion. Key features is probably going to be invoices created in Oracle EBS can be fetched into ServiceNow Accounts Payable Operations. No screenshots on this one, so that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. All right, our second new release is going to be AISS Now Assist Usage Tracker. Insights on Now Assist usage across applications. Key features here at the top: positive and negative feedback of Now Assist skills usage along with the errors encountered. Now Assist calls for incident, case, HR, and interactions per assignment group, and Now Assist calls per department. So that is actually, this is an innovation lab offering, so it is not supported by ServiceNow, does not carry any warranties, but it is entitled automatically on all customer subprod instances without purchase or license. Next, new application, AISS Summarization Insights, comprehensive insights into task summarization. Key features: view distribution of overall incidents/cases in the instance and how many of them are supported for summarization, and distribution of incidents/cases by number of reassignments /handover between agents. No screenshots on this one, but like the last one, this is an Innovation Lab offering, no support, no warranties, but is available on all subprod instances. Next new application is going to be Blancco Secure Data Erasure, permanent data sanitization for drives and PCs, laptops, servers, and more. Key features for this application: remotely trigger and monitor erasure of servers, loose drives, files, partitions, and volumes in PCs, laptops, and other drive-dependent devices, capturing results with centrally stored, audit-ready, tamper-proof reports. Easily view erasure-eligible ServiceNow assets and apply erasures through approvals, workflows, scripting, or on-demand from the UI. Choose from 25-plus data erasure standards, including DoD 5220.22-M, NIST 800-88, Clear and Purge, and our patented, their patented, not mine, their patented SSD erasure method. Let's see, we do have some screenshots on this one. First up is going to be a flow in Flow Designer picturing or showing the retired assets, and that the action after the trigger is a Blancco erasure request by asset. Next screenshot is a Blancco report. And next screenshot is tiny. It's so tiny I can't read it, so we'll keep moving on. And then we're back to our original screenshot of the flow in Flow Designer. So that's what's new from the team at Blancco US LLC. Next new release, I told you this would make a new appearance, Contender Solutions Elevate Predictive Automation. This is one of the ones that was a ghost application, and this is the replacement. Leverage the power of AI's predictive intelligence to drive automation, enable seamless scalability, optimize costs, and enhance operational efficiency. Key features on the functional side: incident event correlation, anomaly detection, predictive analytics, root cause analysis, streamline support, cloud adoption/migration visibility, DevOps infrastructure support, Gen AI enablement. On the technical side, end-to-end monitoring and relational mapping driven by auto discovery, single pane of command to efficiently run IT operations through, central management of IT data, aggregated big data, analysis for platform ITSM, CSM, observability, and engagement through a system of action. That's what's new from the team at Contender Solutions, because we don't have any screenshots for that one. All right, next up is going to be back to ServiceNow, knowledge and search metrics, insights on knowledge base utilization, and user search experience. Key features: the number of views of various KB articles by categories, the flavor of KBs, which will help in the maintenance of KBs. I didn't know KBs had flavor. My top search queries, satisfaction score of the search queries, top liked and disliked query results, top search queries, top KB articles which have appeared in search results, the time series data of KB views, the time series data on how many KB articles appeared in Genius results, trend of the average satisfaction score of the search results, and trend of search queries performed over a time window. This is another Innovation Lab offering which is not supported and does not carry warranties, but is available in your subprod instances. And interestingly, for a new application, it's on version 10. How interesting is that? But I swear, this showed up in our last crawl. Next new release is going to be NinjaOne Integration, simplify endpoint management and solve device issues faster with NinjaOne. Key features: synchronize NinjaOne devices into ServiceNow CMDB, log incidents in ServiceNow from NinjaOne alerts, display additional device information inside ServiceNow, like device URL, remote connection URL, last login name, OS info, private IP address, and product key. Quickly launch NinjaOne remote sessions from ServiceNow. We do have screenshots for this new application. First up is going to be an asset record or a computer record. You can see down on the bottom NinjaOne device infos, plural, showing the device UUID, device ID, device remote URL, last login name, management link, OS info, private IP address, and something else. Next screenshot is a scheduled data import for NinjaOne devices. Next screenshot is an incident record showing the basically an alert showing in a short description, a summary, and the long description, all the information about that alert. Next screenshot is an incident with down below in the notes showing a condition has been reset. Next screenshot is a list of NinjaOne transaction logs in a list view. Next screenshot is back to that computer name that we saw at the beginning on the first screenshot, and that's what's new from Ninja RMMLLC. Next new release is going to be back to ServiceNow, Now Assist for Creator Metrics, showcasing code generation's impact across your organization. Key features: view total creator calls, view accepted, empty, and rejected creator calls, view the accepted, empty, and rejected creator calls by skill, view the usage by tables, and view the distribution of unique users by usage. No screenshots on this one. This is also an Innovation Lab offering with no support and no warranties, but available in all customer subprod instances. Next new release, back away from ServiceNow, P1 Consulting SAM Evolution. Utilize P1 ServiceNow Platform, CMDB, and SAM lifecycle expertise, along with ServiceNow ITAM products to provide software license positions and license optimization advice for your important software publishers and products. Key features: SAM CMDB Health Check, SAM Implementation Services, Proof of Value, small/large, and SAM Managed Services. No screenshots on this one, and that's what's new from P1 Consulting Pty Ltd. Next up, back to ServiceNow, primary data integration with Oracle. Pull entity data like legal entity, cost center, material, and supplier from Oracle EBS. Key features: capability to fetch the following entity data from Oracle EBS into ServiceNow. Look up and sync cost centers, look up and sync legal entities, look up and sync GL accounts, look up and pull conversion rates, look up and pull currencies, look up purchasing org, purchase group, fetch payment terms, look up plan address, fetch supplier, and you have the option to do a full pull or a conditional pull with this new application from ServiceNow. All right, the next new one is going to be also from ServiceNow, primary data integration with SAP Ariba. Pull entity data like legal entity, cost center, currencies, and purchasing from SAP Ariba. Key features: compatibility to fetch the following entity data from SAP Ariba into ServiceNow. Legal entity, cost center, FX rates, currencies, purchasing organization, GL account, and you have the option to do a full pull or a conditional pull. No screenshots here, so that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. Next new release, again making an appearance from our ghosted applications, RapDev Modern ServiceOps. Helps organizations gain visibility into their business services and underlying IT landscape while allowing them to remediate issues before they impact service availability. Key features on the functional side: accurate and up-to-date CMDB foundation to accommodate dynamic movement within the IT infrastructure, real-time visibility into IT operations, thereby driving efficiency and saving costs, streamlined data/tool integration for developers, faster reporting and analysis, reduce MTTR with Gen AI. On the technical side, modern ServiceNow discovery implementation, customized tag-based service mapping strategies, IP for now.yaml, and explain code changes and IT alerts with Gen AI. There are no screenshots, but it looks like 3 videos. If you're interested in seeing some videos, you're already watching a video or listening to a podcast, so I won't click on them here, but that's what's new from the team at RapDev.io. Our next new application is Rapid7 InsightCloudSec VR Integration for synchronizing data between Rapid7 InsightCloudSec and ServiceNow Vulnerability Response application. Key features for this new app is creation of ServiceNow VR CI based on InsightCloudSec resource data, automatic updates to CI records based on detected modifications to InsightCloudSec monitored vulnerabilities. There are screenshots on this one, so let's take a look. First one is going to be the properties for this application. Next one is a logo with a link to their customer page. Next screenshot is the lookup rules. Next screenshot is a list of integrations. Next screenshot is the fetch vulnerabilities integration. Next screenshot is the fetch resources integration. And next screenshot is another configuration page. This is the configuring the authentication. And we're back to the properties for this new application from the team at Rapid7 LLC. Second to last new application for this episode is going to be Smartling MT Service Spoke. Improve the user experience for customers worldwide. Key features, I just got Pitbull in my mind. Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide. Key features, seamless integration into ServiceNow's dynamic translation, translate form fields, agent chat messages, and knowledge articles quickly and efficiently, support for 250 plus languages. I didn't know there was 250 plus languages. Support for 15 plus machine translation providers, including Amazon, DeepL, Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI GPT. ServiceNow users can customize their translation mix for quality, cost, and speed by choosing from a variety of translation workflows. Optional language AI capabilities including automated post-editing, fuzzy match repair, optimized glossaries, and more. Data protection, security, and compliance, secured and certified via third-party audits including PCI 1, SOC 2, HIPAA, and GDPR. There are screenshots for this one. First one is going to be a service portal in Spanish. I'm pretty sure that's Spanish or Brazilian. I'm pretty sure it's Spanish. And it's showing the agent chat. Or live agent chat. Next screenshot is the agent workspace showing the agent chat translated. So it's actually showing in English on the agent side versus it being Spanish on the portal there. Next screenshot is an incident in the self-service view with a description that looks to be in Spanish, and then down below there's a little box translating that into English. Next screenshot is a note within the incident. In the note itself is in Spanish or a different language, and then there's a translation just below that in a little gray box. Next screenshot is the MT profile options. Basically it has a drop down of the MT providers, which is all the ones I just read in the brief description there. Next screenshot is the advanced localization workflows. Next screenshot is a translation memory leverage. And then we're back to that portal view of live agent. And that's what's new from the team at Smartling Inc. Last new release for this episode is going to be Thirdera Cybersecurity Hardening. Consolidate security tools and standardized processes to provide a unified view for better results with less effort. Key features on the functional side: consolidated processes, reduced remediation effort, consolidated reporting. On the technical side, process documentation and implementation of integrations, expertise on remediation task structure and a streamlined process from detection to remediation, and dashboards from resolver to executive level. No screenshots on this one, just a video, but that is what's new from the team at Thirdera LLC, and that concludes our new releases. We only have 9 highlights to cover, so let's jump right to it. First up is going to be BlueVoyant Integration, updated version 2.1.7, and in this version, they now support both pull from client instance and push from BlueVoyant to client mechanisms. They added a new field called sourced account name on BLU to show which account created the record, enabled parent/child account support, removed default map fields that are not passed over by BlueVoyant to the BLU so that customers can use these fields without being overwritten, added Delta functionality to get job to only pull records updated since last job run, and added new property to the BlueVoyant integration page to easily activate/deactivate the scheduled job to get cases. And that's what's new for the team at BlueVoyant. Next update or next highlight application is going to be Checkmark CXSAST Vulnerability Integration, updated version 1.0.24, and there's 2 enhancements. Critical vulnerability will get imported if it is discovered in SAST or SCA scans, and details of scan IDs skipped due to due to attachment size greater than 18 megabytes will appear in application vulnerability scan summaries. Next highlight is going to be the CMDB CI class models, updated version 1.58.0. And in this version, new classes to support the domain name system, or DNS. Let's see, and that includes new table DNS resource record, new table DNS zone A record, new table DNS zone AAAA record, and new table DNS zone CNAME record, new table DNS zone ALIS record. I think that's supposed to be alias. Yeah, because it says alias in the actual table name there. So let's go with DNS zone alias record and DNS or new table DNS domain name. So bunch or handful of new tables there. There's new classes to support telecommunication use cases. Those two new classes are Universal Customer Premises Equipment and Session Border Controller, SBC. There's new classes to support external gateway providers, and that includes a new table for API consumer access. And we've got a bunch of fixes. Added class descriptions for the following classes. API, Managed API, API Component, API Frontend, API Backend, Kong Target, API Gateway, Kong Load Balancer, Unmatched API Endpoint, AWS API Gateway, Azure API Management, Apigee API Gateway, and IBM API Connect. That was a mouthful of release notes there, but that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. Next highlight is going to be ITSM Analytics, updated version 1.0.4. And in this version, they've introduced KPIs, data visualization, and dashboards added for ITSM capabilities, incident management, major incident management, change management, problem management, service catalog, on-call management, interactions, walk-up experience, and password reset all have new or updated or changed dashboards. There's a bunch of text on the screen. I'm not going to read it all to you, but you might want to go check that out if you're interested or using ITSM Analytics from ServiceNow. Next, highlights can be from Logic Monitor Data Exchange, updated version 2.4.0. And in this version, they have new and improved features, including inbound payloads, target record information. Now it is possible to see what record and action occurred after an inbound payload record was processed. Strict mode, which means that any kind of warning will cause an error rather than a warning. That's interesting. Why not call it an error? Config record, disable inbound checkbox. It is now possible to mark specific config records as read-only. Outbound transform maps, import parent class field names or class field maps UI action. And then other improvements include more precise debugging for outbound payloads and outbound transform processes, UI action for showing decrypted value of API keys for domain-separated installs, and improved form UI and easier navigation via UI actions in this release. Next update is going to be primary data integration with SAP, updated version 3.0.1, and in this version there are new spoke actions to retrieve data from SAP S4 HANA OData. And I'm going to read those new fetch actions. They are purchasing group, materials, GL accounts, cost centers, currencies, purchasing organizations, legal entities, FX rates, payment terms, suppliers, and plant addresses. There's data retrieval from SAP, which includes purchasing organization, purchasing groups, payment terms, legal entities, cost center, currencies, and GL accounts. Let's see, next update in the list is going to be ServiceNow Benchmarks, updated version 2.0.3. And in this version, they have the ability to show KPIs in either a list or card view, downloadable reports of KPI list in PDF format, ability to filter data by type of industry, number of users, MSPs, or geographic region, color-coded KPI comparison, ability to view 6 months of historical KPI data, and ability to display time values in hours or days. Lots of updates there on the analytics side. Next update from ServiceNow again is Success Dashboard Common, updated version 2.0.3, and this has what I basically read in a couple of apps ago for ITSM Analytics. Is showing in the Success Dashboard core. So those must be related or dependent on each other. I'm sorry, Success Dashboard Common, not core, is what got updated here. But basically the same release notes as we saw previously in ITSM Analytics. Last update or highlight is going to be T-Systems Connector, updated version 2.2.323. That's fun to say, 2.2.323. Major changes, enhancement, CHM2CHM, write work note when transferring attachment. Yeah, and I noticed some really poor word selection here. around masters and slaves. So I'm just going to skip reading all that and try to get to the point of it. This is kind of outdated terminology we don't use anymore. Only requesting the approval use case, suppressing flow, setting group approval, remote task ID should be filled for change, add the missing scope privileges for CMDB model table and T-connector, some bug fixes, task summary status is wrong, a remote implementer is not filled, the implement information type message from T-connector to integration is not valid, CHM ITSM 2PSS CHG with remote approvals fails to get the group approval from the slave. And I was trying not to say that word. BDM, not only node org unit is selectable for a cost center. Attachment from customer to TSI not sent. Update the scheduled job time as per title for 2 jobs. And default relationship are being added for CI. Yeah, so good detailed release notes. For some poor word selection there, but hopefully someone will let them know what's going on, and we might see that improved in the future. But that's what's new from the team at T-Systems International GmbH. And that, my friends, my followers, my watchers, my listeners, was our entire episode. Let's just summarize it again real quick so you can see what you just saw. I know that sounds weird as I say it. Is there a refresh in a workspace? So I want to refresh this form to grab the updated stats, which I think I did. 15 new releases, 9 highlights, 53 minor updates, 2 ghost application or disappeared applications, which were in the new releases, so they just got swapped out for a new version. 90 fixes, 3 downgrades, and 15 release notes fails. I hope you found this video or podcast helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what got updated, what got removed, or what disappeared from the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.